Summer of 1940. Almost all of Europe is under Nazi control. France has fallen and Britain stands alone, facing one of the deadliest armies the world had ever known. But the question remains, can a small, isolated nation withstand the German war machine? Wait, what you are about to see is not just a military battle. It's a story of defiance, heroism, and a true miracle that changed the course of history. Hitler stands in the heart of Paris, believing that Britain's fall is only a matter of time. His plan is clear: Operation Sea Lion. Invade Britain after crushing the Royal Air Force. But here's the remarkable part. The entire plan depended on one thing only: controlling the skies. And that's where the deadly race begins. Göring, commander of the Luftwaffe, promises Hitler a swift victory. Over 2,500 German planes are ready. In contrast, Britain has only a few hundred Spitfires and Hurricanes. The numbers suggest the battle is decided. Yet the numbers did not account for one thing: the spirit of the British people. How can a besieged nation, under relentless bombing, find the strength to stand against this Nazi storm? On July 10, 1940, the assault began. British convoys in the English Channel came under fire. Luftwaffe planes rained destruction from above. The surprise: British defenses held firm. Radar, a new technology at the time, gave commanders an unexpected advantage. Here emerges Hugh Dowding, the head of Fighter Command, the man who created a meticulous plan, dividing Britain into defensive sectors, led by commanders like Keith Park and Lee Mallory. Every German raid met with swift retaliation by British pilots. But this wasn't just about plans. It required heroes in the sky. Who were these pilots? And why did Churchill call them the few who saved many? Let's step into the world of the pilots. The few, those who carried the weight of Britain's survival. Douglas Bader, the pilot without legs. After an accident that nearly ended his career, he returned with prosthetic legs to lead Squadron 242. Not just a pilot, but an inspiring leader, instilling courage in his men. Adolf "Sailor" Malin, the South African ace, established combat rules that later became a global reference for air fighting. Robert Stanford Tuck, 27 confirmed victories, one of Britain's most successful fighters. Brian Kinkham, leader of Squadron 92, who faced the toughest days of combat in August 1940. Johnny Johnson, who would later become Britain's most successful fighter pilot in the entire war. Alan Deer, the brave New Zealander, surviving multiple shootdowns and returning to fight again and again. James "Ginger" Lacey, the man who shot down 18 enemy aircraft, becoming a living British legend. These were not just names. They were the shield between Britain and the abyss. But what about the people on the ground? How did civilians survive this daily hell? In London, a new phase began: intense bombing. The Blitz, cities burning, homes collapsing. Yet the people did not break. Children sent to the countryside. Women worked in factories building planes. Firefighters battled flames as fiercely as soldiers on the front. Christmas night, 1940. London ablaze, the largest fire in its modern history. Yet the next morning, workers returned to factories, trains ran again, as if the message was clear: Britain will not break. But was this resilience enough to deter Hitler? Here appears Winston Churchill, the man who turned suffering into fuel for hope. With his hoarse voice, he delivered the immortal phrase: "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." He meant Douglas Bader and his fellow pilots, the men who refused to let the skies fall into German hands. Churchill's speeches were not just words. They were psychological weapons stronger than bombs. So how did this epic saga conclude? By October 1940, it was clear Hitler had failed. He could not destroy the Royal Air Force. He could not break the will of the people. Operation Sea Lion was cancelled. Britain remained steadfast. The Battle of Britain was not just a military victory. It was a triumph of will, leadership, and the courage of the few. Douglas Bader and his comrades became enduring symbols. The British people proved that bombs may destroy stone, but they cannot defeat the spirit. And so, in those gray skies filled with fire, hope was born, a hope that would ultimately lead to the defeat of Nazism. If you were inspired by the story of Britain's sky heroes, make sure to subscribe and hit the to get more untold World War II stories. Share this video with your friends and discover together how courage can change history.